So I'm heading to my math class, and down the hallway, I see my guy Malachi. He approaches me, bro, are you taking Calc 1 again? I am. Did you fail as well? Yes, I did, bro. Yo, we failed, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Yo, we got mad hype. We started dapping each other up like, oh my gosh. Anyone else looking in on that situation would be like, why are these guys celebrating that they failed their class? I look at him and I'm like, bro, we're getting the A this semester. Let's do it. Let's lock in. Yes, sir. So I finally go and get to class, and I'm late, like 5 minutes late. The teacher is already going over the syllabus. Everyone is seated, and I'm just like, man. I go and sit in the back, and I go to pull out my binder, and I realize I didn't even bring my binder. And at that moment, I realized this is exactly why I failed my class last semester. My study habits, my student habits, whatever, are just terrible. And right there, I knew that I should not beat myself up for this. I should not hate myself for this, for making mistakes, because I'm trying to change, I'm trying to improve, and I need to recognize these mistakes that I'm making and improve on them. So with no binder, I try to start paying attention, but I can't help but get distracted in my own brain. Do you want to know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about girls, man. And no, not the girls in the class, bro. I'm not a weirdo. I'm just getting distracted by bad memories of my rejections and things like that, right? And then for a second, I'm think, hold on, Dale. This is not the time for that. You are in math class. You're trying to get an A this semester. You need to pay attention. And again, I'm sitting in the back and I'm trying to pay attention and it's not working. And then I see it. An open seat in the front row. That is my key. And I'm about to go up and sit there, but another thought comes in my brain. Hold on, Dale. You can't just walk all the way from the back to the front. You're going to disrupt everyone. And you're going to block the guy who's sitting behind that open seat. And for a second, I'm like, yeah, I can just do it next class. And then I say, no, I'm doing this now, bro. I don't care about anything else, bro. You know what? Yo, I failed this class, bro. I'm going to be successful. So I kick that thought out of my brain and I go get my stuff and I sit in the front and instantly my focus improves. Now, again, this is him going over, the teacher just going over the syllabus, so we're not actually learning anything yet. But when the next class rolls around in the next few days, I show up early, like 10 minutes early. I got my binder. I sit in the front. I'm ready to learn. Now, the teacher starts teaching the first concepts, and this is already stuff that I had learned from the last semester because I took the class last semester, right? At least like the first half of it because I ended up dropping the class. That's why I said I failed, right? So I'm having trouble focusing. And even though I'm sitting in the front, there's still, I just have this problem. Like it's really weird. Like I'm just trying to follow along and I just can't for some reason, right? And this is different from being distracted in my thoughts about like the girls and stuff. This is just I'm trying to pay attention and I just can't, right? And I think the reason for this was that when I was a kid in like kindergarten, my mom had already taught me how to read and all the numbers and letters and things like that, right? So going into kindergarten, I already knew everything. And to be honest, I could have been moved up to the next grade, to first grade, but my mom didn't want me to get bullied by people. She wanted me to be with the other kids around my age. So from the get-go, I genuinely hated school, bro. I remember we would literally have a lesson. Hey guys, today we're learning about the number one. The one looks like one cookie, like like this. The next day, hey guys, today we're learning about the number two. There's cookie here and cookie here. That's two. And then they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then from there on, they just kept skipping around like 20, 34, 67, 89. Like, bro, dude, that was some of the most boring times in my entire life, bro. Oh my gosh. But I think from there, I just never really focused on paying attention in class. So I never like developed that skill. And of course, I still got through school and learned things because you had to do assignments and homework and stuff. So I kind of learned everything there. But in terms of class, I was never a person who actually learned much. And now in college, I'm dealing with the effects of all of that now. And it sucks, but this is what I have to do. This is what is necessary for me to grow in this area. I need to learn how to pay attention. Now, I didn't come to class unprepared. I had found a strategy on how to take notes from the book How to Become a Straight A Student by Cal Newport. And the example he gives for classes like my math class, which he considers technical classes, which are math, science, computer science, physics, things based on examples, right? Versus a non-technical class like philosophy or politics or history, things that have a lot of like writing and readings, right? So in technical classes, you want to focus on describing the examples in class. You want to make sure you understand every single step. So while I was here in this math class today, I decided when the teacher was going over the example, I wrote down step 1, find the variable or something. Step 2, plug in the variable, right? Just breaking down every step. And I found that because I was using this practice, I was fully engaged. Because usually it's just me watching the professor and he's just going off and on and on. And sometimes I'm following, sometimes I'm not, right? And when I'm following, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? But realistically, there's a step in there that I don't truly understand why that works or something like that, right? So as I was going step by step, I realized, oh snap, I don't know what this means. And then I just raised my hand and he answered my question, right? And like usually there is a level of fear associated with raising my hand in class to ask a question because like I don't want to appear dumb, right? But at this point, I already consider myself dumb, bro. I already failed the class, so I'm like, yo, I don't care, bro. Like, yo, like, bro, I'm trying to get that A, bro. I don't care about no one else thinks of me. I do not care. I'm a straight A student. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get this knowledge down. So I'm asking mad questions, right? Only problem is, can you really ask a question when you weren't paying attention? Like, can you really say, excuse me, professor, I did not know anything that you just said. I was completely zoned out. Can you do that whole thing over again? I'm not really sure you can do that. And that's the reason why I need to improve my focus because while this note-taking strategy has definitely helped me, at least with understanding when I'm actually focused, when I'm not focused, I'm not gaining anything at all. And that's me for the majority of the class. I would say during that class, I was only focused like 30% of the time, right? So all that other 70%, I was just distracted trying to pay attention but just failing for whatever reason. And it's hard, man. It's really hard for me right now, but what I'm trying to do is just in my mind imagine the version of me that is focused in class. And every morning I'm just saying I am super focused in class. And I think that over time I'm just going to naturally get better at it and become closer to my vision of that kid who is focused, right? And in the meantime, that was my first class I was describing. But in the next classes that followed, I've been still having the same problem with focus. But I've been going to the tutoring hours, right? And in the tutoring hours, you can just ask them any question. You can literally do your homework there, and they will just break it down step by step for you. It's low-key like ChatGPT, right? But there that does help, right? To fill in the gaps that I've missed from class. But even still, it's taking extra time. I should have been able to learn during the class, and that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the most value out of the time I spend in class because if I'm only getting like 30% out of the 100%, then is it even worth going to? Like it's just like dang, bro. I'm trying to become a straight A student in academic weapon, and it's hard, man. It's hard. I'm facing my limitations, my fears, everything. But it's worth it. I'm seeing me actually go and make progress every day. Small improvements, right? Of course. But I know that I'm getting closer to my potential, and that honestly is one of the greatest feelings because when you're going to school every day and you're not trying and you're just seeing yourself just living as a shell of what you could be, right? It's demotivating and I think it's also a lack of respect for yourself as well. So thank you guys for watching this episode. Let me know in the comments down below how your academic journey is going. I'll see you in the next one, and let's become academic weapons together.